Hello and welcome back to Digital Assets Daily. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in your corner of the world. Handful of things have kept my time and my days never ending doing business. Very, very long hours getting things situated and sorted out. And I think it's better than ever. So that's very exciting. And then, I don't know how many of you have kids, and then if they have extracurricular activities and beyond school, it can be a little time consuming. We have a kid that's does music, my son, and he does track. And then another son's actually been preparing for his first like surfing competition. He's actually now part of an association where he'll start competing and traveling like surf contests. So handful of things going on, but I think we got that all on track now. So having said that, let's dive right into the news. The Aquarius progress update, technical updates from behind the scenes and how they've fast-tracked the Aquarius project. And I'm going to get into this a little bit because I think it's pretty cool, and I want to show you why here shortly. The Aquarius, both in front and behind the scenes, if you follow the progress, you'll know Aqua has started to be distributed and now in circulation on the open market. Over 150,000 users have taken part, and a phenomenal response from the Stellar community. And then if you get right into it, basically to power this process, we built front and back end software, which we're making open source through our GitHub. Access is already available for the front end of the airdrop checker, with repositories on how to take a Stellar network snapshot and the distribution reward engine made available shortly. So anyone thinking of creating airdrops on Stellar can use the Aquarius codebase to help kickstart these initiatives. And as the project progresses, more valuable tools will be added to GitHub to be taken advantage of by the Stellar ecosystem. And as we often share, Stellar is the most surprising, having been with it for so long as an investor, asset that I hold. And I'm very excited to see how massive their ecosystem has become. It's unbelievable. I have so much information, and we'll continue to go on with this video. So Vechain's carbon footprint SaaS platform, adopted by socially responsible premium Yak Wool brand, Showcase, partner of H&M Cause. So Vechain digital carbon footprint SaaS is now adopted by the Yak Wool brand, Showcase. And if you're interested, as always, the links to all of these articles will be available in the description below. Feel free to click back and read through all of those that you would like to read. Sorry, a little distracted. Coinbase CEO, we need a new approach to regulating crypto. Clear rules would benefit the public, and my company doesn't seek to be the industry's gatekeeper. And if you haven't been paying attention, the attack on Ripple kind of has now the attention overflowed from the SEC over to Coinbase. So in my opinion, two of the largest in the industry, most financially, prepared, I guess you could say, in this direct instance, are now getting attacked from the SEC. But again, I believe this will come out clear, and it'll force as I've always said, the Congress to kind of move as they have the power of the purse. And this doesn't immediately connect, but it will soon make sense over the next year or two as the digital assets do become currency, and then the exchanges do become more like banks, or vice versa. The banks become more like exchanges, and I believe it'll be somewhere in the middle. So that's going to be exciting to see as well. So the next article, Digital Asset Policy Proposal Safeguarding America's Financial Leadership, again from Coinbase, because again, they don't want to lead the industry on this, but having stated, they're pleased to introduce their new regulatory framework entitled Digital Asset Policy Proposal, Safeguarding America's Financial Leadership, the DAP. And we hope this document will animate an open and constructive discussion regarding the role of digital assets in our shared economic future. And our goal is to thoughtfully and respectfully engage in a debate and to offer good faith suggestions on how the U.S. financial regulatory framework should adapt to two critical developments. So, number one, the blockchain-driven and decentralized evolution of the internet. And number two, the emergence of a distinctive asset class that is digitally native and empowers unique economic use cases. So that's very exciting. Anything to push the regulatory clarity to get this ball moving forward. And this is a great video too if you have, excuse me, pardon me, just under 5 minutes. Just showing a little personal side. Obviously, she's selling more so her career or her employment at Ripple. But I do want to highlight one thing that is said right here, and I'll explain why. Because it's very consistent throughout the entire Ripple, atmosphere as well. But Ripple's culture is one of enjoying what's in front of us while building really innovative products. And we know they're disruptive on an enterprise, institutional, wholesale level, and it will change the entire financial structure for the new financial system. But the innovative products in partnership with incredible people, knowing that we're creating experiences that help real people and remembering that we're trying to build something that's so much bigger than us. That's a really powerful motivation. And for me, the key thing was so much bigger than us. So what that sparked off is, basically, I believe it was Navin Gupta, I'm totally just blanked out for a moment, where he said, basically, we want to make a dent in the universe. And that's pretty significant. So that is much, much bigger than us. And guys, remember, this is not financial advice. It's for entertainment purposes only. But to me, again, this is so bullish with Ripple, Stellar, Vechain, of course, the, assets as Ripple's native asset, XRP. Of course, the regulations are creating a mess for that. But if you have a software designed to run on your basic native currency, that financial system software, once the clarity is there, is obviously going to run priority at that point on your currency. And I don't mean yours as in Ripple, I mean yours as in your design. And also, too, Stellar, another amazing thing that a lot of people don't seem to know or they seem to forget, that Stellar network, it can use all of the currencies, but it's required to have XLM to use the Stellar network. To me, that's the significant thing that sets it off ahead and different than any other network out there, is it is a requirement to have XLM to even use Stellar. So yes, XLM will always be used when you see Stellar being used as well. And then again, Vechain, they're massive for the supply chain, and it's good to see them continually, it feels a little bit slow because everything else is moving so much faster. But again, they're so significant in their position that it's already placed to be in a great position for success as they continue to move forward as well. And again, I know a lot of people who have been here for a while, as I have, it tends to feel like it's forever. But what a lot of long-term investors forget, who aren't paying too close of attention, is that we're still very, very early. And again, the full market maturity is designed to be at 2025, which would be the next bull run from this year. And again, as we said back in 2018, when we figured out the 4-year cycle, man, we took a lot of hate how we were saying back then riddlers every single week. And I do not, just to be clear, a lot of people misunderstand. I get messages, are you talking about this person? Are you talking about that person? When I say riddlers, it is not an influencer. It is not a content provider. I love a lot of those guys and have a lot of respect for them. And they've been very kind to this channel and supportive as well. So just to be very clear with that, when I mention riddlers, it has nothing to do with an influencer or a content provider who's putting out, content daily or weekly, and they're actually doing research and work for that. The thing that when I say riddlers was the thing, obviously, what you think of as a riddler. So when riddlers were constantly saying tonight, in 1 hour, and this week, and this year, I was saying, that would be exciting because we would move so much more, but it's not going to happen until 2021. So for years, I took a little bit of a beating on that, both, publicly and privately in messaging. And you would not believe the hate. But then again, here we were, and 2021, the bull run happened exactly on cycle as I had discussed. And I still believe, there's a lot of things that were delayed, and it's a little frustrating, but I believe a lot of things will start coming together closer at the end of November, just in time. I believe this year will still fall into the, really, really close cycle of 2017, which would put XRP and XLM, about mid-December taking off as it did before. There's a few things that are delayed. Originally the ISO 20022 was supposed to go live before the end of this year. Then it got pushed off to next June. Then it got pushed off to next November or even December now. Just continues to get moving. And I think there might have even been something where a few go live this year, a few go live next year, some go live 2023, finalizing in 2025 where the entire system is live on ISO 20022. We'll see how that plays out, but I still believe that we will exceed all-time high this December, moving over probably, if it follows the exact cycle, into middle of January. But I believe different from this one. I believe that's where the utility, as I've said for years now, again, that, the speculative will coincide, clash, crash, and move into the utility cycle. So I believe, like, Chris Larson stated with the internet boom, if you understand the internet boom, it didn't just launch and then disappear for 3 or 4 years. Once it took off around 96 or so, then it started moving till around, give or take 2000. So you had about a 4-year cycle of growth. And that's where I feel once, a lot of people may not agree with this, but I absolutely believe it 100%, zero doubt, that Ripple and Stellar, even though they may not be the big movers, they are the determining factor for the utility cycle, as they have the most utility in the financial system from research and perspective because of the cross-border capabilities and the broadened aspect and ability that they have designed for their network and their ecosystem. And I believe that may or may not be obvious to a lot of people today, but by 2025, it will be very, very significant. And again, guys, I hope everyone's having a great day, great weekend. I have a few more videos coming out, and they're going to be back-to-back stacked this morning here. And as always, before we go, I want to leave you with a final thought. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Much love, and we will catch you in the next one.